all right, guys. We are just going with the flow, and that's generally how life is. And we're gonna see if this actually streams anywhere because I keep getting kicked off the stream. So you were talking about your nursing, but then we were talking about anime. What do you want to share with the listening audience? We're just gonna keep this real and raw and the way.
I guess my next plans are trying to get to New York Comic Con. So that's kind of like a huge goal of mine right now. So once I know if my friends are actually going or can get tickets or whatnot, like that shouldn't be an issue because I know one pretty cool with driving. So
Yeah.
um it's like such a big community too. It's all gonna work out. It always does. The next thing I'm going to Nana's actually going to it as well as the Rhode Island Anime Con.
Yep.
I'm only going Saturday. And it because I my plan was to not do any conventions in January, but
Well, technically, you're doing it in
hey.
June, or July. So
Oh, June,
I
June.
do
Yeah,
it
that's
all
what I
the
meant.
time.
There's too many J's.
I do it all the so talk to me, right? So obviously I date Nana, so I'm slightly versed in why he loves, dressing up and showing up in character and going to these conventions. And I know we've touched upon it a little bit the last time you were here, but what is the draw to go to New York Comic Con and what brings you excitement to go to the Rhode Island Comic Con?
So for New York, I've been before. I went in 20, like long when
Wow.
baby Becky went. Yeah, I went actually as Celine from Underworld. I thought it was so cool. That's like when I had big dreams back then to do it, but life gets in the way and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then 2023, we went back and it was on a Sunday, and I was like not in costume, anything like that. But now that I've been doing it, like next month, will be a year doing this, like full time, like really hardcore into it. And I've just met so many people, and through social media that are from New Jersey that go, and I actually like really, really want to meet them. So that's like a huge number one draw. And just the networking, and it's so big, and like it's just the experience of doing it for 4 days. And now that I feel like I'm really part of this community, I just think it would be like such a door opening, like huge experience vibe. Like I just want to go all in and do it. I just cannot wait. And now like Nana's going, people from around here are going. I just not wait to go. It's just going to be this big like love fest.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. I really going to New York, like having some extra days where you can just like explore Times Square and whatever else you want on top of the convention. Like it's going to be a vibe. I just can't wait. I cannot.
I love that. So before we got kicked off, before you were sharing that you're a dialysis nurse, and
Right.
I definitely want to touch more upon your love of dressing up, art, singing, and going to the cons. But again, how does your ability to just do what brings you joy impact the way you show up with people who are going through life-altering experiences? I mean, dialysis, I feel like they live at the dialysis center until they've had a surgery, right?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, actually not that easy to get a transplant. Like they have to do a lot of stuff. Like they can't mess up at all. They'll kick them right off the list, which is crazy. But um again, it's just navigating who they are and really focusing in on that. Like when you get to know these patients, you can definitely phone in on, okay, this one's having a bad day, and you can just kind of go right in and just kind of um to them about what's going on and just make them feel better that way. It's just a really rewarding experience.
So how do you maintain your joy when you are working with people who may be having a tough day or may have just gotten information that's now changing their entire life experience by having to go to dialysis. Like, how do you incorporate that joy in your work environment that you are able to incorporate on in like outside life?
Um, as far as doing that with, you have to kind of have a disconnect. So, um, when I did hospice before, I let a lot of it consume me. So I would take a lot of it home. So now it's kind of like doing a cosplay and doing the stuff at work. Like if there is like, so, like we've had people die, like all that stuff, even at the dialysis clinic, like we've had like people just like, oh my God, like so, and it's like, oh, they're gone. Um, it's having that, I don't want to say disconnect, but rating some of it, like not getting so involved, but involved enough where you can still validate that those people
Yeah,
and their experiences. That's how I can still bring the joy in, because I just have to separate
yeah,
it. That's the best way to answer
yeah.
that.
I love that. So then going back to cosplay, I mean, we were just talking offline, and you shared with me that you've taken on basically 8 projects. So this is 8 different characters that you
Yeah.
are creating, right? And you
Oh
make
my
these
God.
characters. So talk to
Yeah.
me about one, why, what is the
Uh,
drive to take on such an extensive workload?
I don't know. Eh, I I have to tell you, what talked to people about this before, and I think the reason I'm creating so much is because I haven't been for so long. I haven't been creating because my life before, I am an artist by nature, soul. I'm an artist. Um, but because I was doing the hospice and going to school, and my hours were so not, and taking care of my son and just life, uh I did the pinup stuff, but I didn't have, like, it was creative but not like this. So I didn't really have that time to create. So now that I have a stable job, that's like you go to the same place every day, you see mostly the same people every day, I have structure. Like, I just left work today thinking about work, which is very much how before.
Yeah,
I used to be like all encompassing on my phone, like, oh my God, what's going on with Mr. and Mrs. So and so, and all encompassing. So now I think, because I'm at this place of stability, all this pent up creative, artistic feelings, all of that inside, just like, oh my God. I will be sitting somewhere and I'll be like, I'll see something and I'll be, I wanna make this crazy costume, and and I'll song it, and then I'll start getting pieces for it. And like, it's, I can't. It's some of it right now. I'm actually, because I do movie theaters,
yeah,
experience too. Some of the stuff I'm working on is actually for other people too,
wow,
which I love, because I want my friends to shine. So if I can help them elevate them, I absolutely want to do that for them.
so are you
So,
hired? Like, are you contracted to make these outfits for people?
oh God, no, 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 no. So it's like a community thing. So, Kason,
I know Jason.
is the one. He's the one that started like the whole thing of myth for the movie theater premieres. Um, we're going to be doing the Fantastic Four in July. So my friend Hector, who I love Hector, he wanted to do the Johnny Storm, which is the flame. So, um, he got a base costume, but he's like, I want flames on it. And he was like, I don't know where to begin, don't know what to do. So far he's come over the house, and like we're gonna just do, but like, so like I set up, but like this thing right here. So let's see. Oh, it like lights up and stuff.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
like so we're gonna be doing that. And then got this stuff called Warbler, which is actually beads that you can heat up. And I made like a little, this is all like handmade out of this plastic stuff that you melt and you just, so
I'm curious, would you ever like, do you see yourself pivoting from nursing to doing this full time as you continue to grow?
that would be the ultimate dream. I don't know how easy that would to do full time, and actually I don't know how you'd make a living doing that.
People do it all the time.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
As much as I love nursing and love helping people, this has been like if I could just sit in my room all day and just craft, like and like flame on, like this was I just made this yesterday and I was like, this is so
It is
cool.
so cool.
You know what I mean? So it's like this is I'm just happy. It's just like this is the stuff that and this one right here isn't even for me, but the fact to elevate his costume and he's gonna stand flames and like the lights and stuff like that to me is like, oh God, that's amazing.
That I love so, so very much. So, here we go. We got Aji texting me, which distracts me. And I do not do the, um, I do, oh,
Well, that's
we're good. Okay. So back to the Comic Cons. I know you said you did pinups, right? What
yes.
is it about what is it about the costumes that you create that what appeals to you about them? Because you make some elaborate and very weird looking things. And then, right, here's the other thing. You go from Mars Attacks, which maybe you want to show the listening audience because it's so cool, to an incredible like I mean, you kill it as Marilyn Monroe. So you go from like this monster to Marilyn Monroe. Like what how do you decide what you're gonna do? That's a better question.
I um it depends on how I feel in the moment. And when I first got into this, I was because I was doing this kind of aesthetic along the whole like, pin up like ooh, like it was all about glamour and like face and like being that like model-esque type thing. I was very opposed to doing even that cook I just did. I was very opposed for a while to doing stuff with and being girly,
Mm,
um, because that was the whole focus for years of my
yep.
life, where it's just like pretty, pretty, like ooh, like put on the no. So now I kind of find it has to be it's what I feel in the
Yep.
moment. So it's like there's times where I'm a little more open to it now where people can see my face and I kind of do like something that's more girly or whatever, but I still kind of make it a little weird. Um it depends on how I
Yeah.
feel. I guess that's the best answer cuz like when I did PAX day I was the ghoul and that's like 3 hours